Hello pretty ladies, we're gonna get right into it. So I've already done my skincare, which today was the Simple Hydrating Light Moisturiser and the Garnier Vanishing Cream, which I found is a really good base for makeup. I'm also watching Eddy do his eyebrows because that's what I like to do when I'm doing my makeup. So thing is, a few of you have mentioned in the past that you enjoy my makeup, that you like how I do my eye makeup or my makeup in general, and I thought, seeing as I've got time to waste, I'd give you a little preview into how it is done, I guess. I'm not going to mention specific products really because they're all cheap as shit and it would be shameful for me to reveal what I wear a lot of the time, but I will say that my foundation, my concealer, my powder and my highlighter are all collection 2000. This is me laughing at how light my under eyes looked on camera. So I'm using a cream contour. I would prefer not to be using a cream contour, but I'm trying to use up for what I've got at the moment. The thing is, I've not been using any highlighter beneath my eyes because as my skin's changing, because I've just turned 21, I've got this weird texture across the tops of my cheeks, across my nose, and it stands out, and as of yet, I've not got the money to really invest in a product that does any better at hiding it. So I'm just using a sort of palish brown pink for the cheekbones. This was me freaking out because that was way too dark, bro. Way too dark. I only actually discovered the joys of contouring recently, mostly after I started watching Eddy because skincare and makeup have become a really big coping mechanism for me with my mental health not being great. So sitting and getting into the routine has really helped out, weirdly enough, so I would recommend it. This brush is actually part of a set I own. I've got 4 of them. I've got a contour, a blush brush which I use for powder, and some small eyeshadow brushes. They're eco-friendly, they're made eco-friendly, and they are super soft, and I am in love with them. I like to just go over the darker portions of my contour with these, I think they're like shimmering pearls, I think that's what they're called, but it just takes the brown off. I'm also using the contour, well, what's meant to be the contour brush here for blush, because that's just who I am, bro. Hello, close up. Oh my god, I'm like a walking meme. So, I'm not going to fill out my eyebrows for this look because I'm only going to the cinema, man. It doesn't need to be that extravagant, but I do give them a brush through. I'm going to use this flat brush. Oh, this was me just picking what Eddy video to watch. This was me singing to Monster X. Stan Monster X, by the way. That's the thing you should do. I ended up actually watching the Monster X Beautiful tutorial. But anyway, so I'm starting off with a gold. It's a bronzy gold. It's one of my favourite golds. I always seem to favour red shades over the cooler shades anyway. I did try to show some distinction on the palette, but the camera wasn't picking it up, so I'm now using a gold with a more green undertone as opposed to the red, just along the lash line there, as you can see. Now I'm going to go in with a slightly fluffier brush with quite a dark brown. Now, you should really build this up, but I'm just extra like that, so I just whack it all on and blend it out. I do have a separate brush for blending my eyeshadow out, but I use, there it is, there's the brush. I used to use that for contour, and it's made it quite dense, so it works out a lot nicer for blending out eyeshadow. Now this is my absolute fave purple that I own. I mean, the palette itself is absolutely crap, but that purple is lovely. And I'm just going to use it, you know, even though I'm out of frame, on the bottom lash line, just towards maybe the first 2/3 of the lower lash line, and then taking it with that slightly fluffier brush again into the crease to add some colour, because I am wearing colour. It's daytime, I don't want to look completely bronzed. Now, the absolute bane of my existence, eyeliner. I'm using a liquid eyeliner, as you can see, which is my go-to. I pretty much don't use any other eyeliner. I'm keeping it pretty slim and delicate for this one, because I would, when I'm wearing contact lenses, sort of bring the wing out a bit more, make it a bit bigger, but honestly, who can be asked? I'm going to be sat in a dark room for like an hour and a half. Who's going to be looking at me? Nobody. Now, if I actually come into frame, this is one of my absolute favourite golds, and it's sort of become a signature for my makeups. It's a very pale gold, a very shimmery gold, and I use that about the first third from my inner corner to the first third of my eyelid, and then again just meeting the purple on the bottom lash line, as you can see there. Curly curl. Did anyone used to be like absolutely petrified of using eyelash curlers? Like, I wouldn't be without them now, but as a kid they were fucking terrifying. There you go. Last bit on the eyes is I just use a dark brown pencil liner just to deepen it up, because I've not used much liquid. There you go. Lastly, it's the highlighter. I love this highlighter. It's so cheap and it works so well. I'm in love with it, and it's collection 2000, so you know. Perks, love it. Lastly, lippy. I'm using Coco K by Kylie, which comes in the birthday set, which is 5 of like the mini ones, and I absolutely fell in love with it. I'm not obsessed with this colour for every day. Obviously I'm not lining or anything, because what's the point? It's going to be on for like 2 hours, and then I'll be taking it off and going to bed, like the lazy mofo I am. Lastly, hair. There you go. I won't show you how I did my hair, but I essentially curled it with big chunks of hair with straighteners instead of small strands. But there you go. That's my makeup. Pretty much what I do most days when I can be asked. So I hope that was helpful. I love you lots, and I will speak to you very soon.